Hi, I'm Valerie, and I'm making a video for the ED Awareness PSA that I think is going to be posted up on YouTube. I'm basically just going to answer the questions that they've provided as guidelines because, yeah, it's just easy that way. The first question that they've set is, how did your eating disorder begin / what set it off? I've had disordered eating since I was probably about 5. I wouldn't eat normal size meals. I'd eat less or I'd eat a lot more. I would eat irregular meals because my mum wouldn't let me eat, and therefore when my mum wasn't around I felt like it was my duty to not eat. But then there would be times where I would binge when my mum wasn't around. And I'm saying my mum a lot because she said I was fat. She criticised me if my face got even the teensiest bit bigger, saying that my cheeks looked like I was holding 2 buns in it. One time when I was 9, I was at my grandma's house with my mum and my auntie, and they pulled my pants down, looked at my thighs, and basically said, my mum said, oh, her thighs aren't that fat. I mean, they don't touch yet. And my auntie was like, haven't you seen those Korean girls on TV? They're way more skinny than her. And keep in mind, I was 9 years old. I had the body of a prepubescent boy. But being 9, I didn't know any better. You listen to the people you look up to. You know, your family, your aunties, your mum. And I haven't felt the same about my thighs ever since. Like, I hate them so much. And I think what completely set off my eating disorder was when my mum left. I felt like my parents' divorce was my fault, and that if I was thinner, I'd be more perfect for my mum and she wouldn't be so unhappy. So I started to throw up when she left, and basically so I could lose weight so she'd come back, but she didn't. The second question, what is / was the worst part about having an eating disorder? Worst part? Losing the person you love the most because of your eating disorder, because it takes over your mind, your soul, your body. For me, that is the worst part. That's probably the worst thing that's happened to me, not even the health side of it. That losing that person that I loved the most. It haunts me to this day that my eating disorder is what was the cause of it. Third question, where do you think you'd be if it weren't for your eating disorder? Irrationally, I think I would be 300 kilos, unhappy, eating a lot. But rationally, I think I'd be so much more happy. I think my grades would be higher. I think I'd still be with the boy that I love, and yeah, but I think if it weren't for my eating disorder, I wouldn't be as mature as I am now. I wouldn't have grown as much as I have now. I wouldn't have been more aware of the world as I am now. So in some aspects, I think I'm sort of glad, that I developed an eating disorder, because it was a learning experience for me. Well, it still is, because I'm still recovering from one. Fourth question, if recovered / in recovery, what can you do now that couldn't do when you were suffering? Well, right now, I think the one thing that I can't do is be happy with myself. And I can't be genuinely happy. That's one of my main goals. I want to be happy. I want to be happy with myself. I want to stop thinking so low of myself. That would be the best thing to happen to me if I recovered. And that's something I definitely can't do now. I can't love myself. I can't not think about suicide. If still afflicted, what can't you do now that you could when you were healthier? To be honest, I don't remember the last time I was healthy. But I guess pick something out that I liked about myself, because when I was healthy, I didn't question why people were friends with me. I didn't question why this boy or this boy liked me. I was just sort of like, oh, because I have this qualities, but now I can't because all I see is this horrible person staring back at me in the mirror with sad, sad eyes, desperate to be thin and to destroy myself, but, you know, unsuccessful. And I guess I just really want that back. I really want the ability to spot the positive aspects of me and not just focus on the negatives. Next question. How has your eating disorder affected different aspects of your life? Example, relationships, family, friends, education, life goals. Well, as I mentioned before, I lost the boy that I loved. My other half, my best friend, my rock, anything, my forever, or what seemed like he was my forever at the time. That has affected me most, not even my education. That part, if I didn't have my eating disorder, I'd still be with him and I would be happy. I would be so happy. I wouldn't be making this video now, staring at my tired, sullen, solemn face. But this eating disorder just blinded me that I was not only destroying myself, but I was destroying him, killing him, because he was seeing the girl that he loved destroy herself and he could do nothing about it. And I know that he was trying so hard to help me, but I resisted it. And to be honest, I don't blame him for leaving me, because I wouldn't have put up with it either, because there's only so long that you can tell someone how beautiful, how amazing, how wonderful they are before you start feeling like you're worthless because they're not believing you. Like, I did not believe for a day that I was beautiful, worthwhile, perfect for him. And the fact that I doubted his words made him feel worthless. And it just hurt him to the point where he couldn't talk to me anymore. And that's probably made me experience my all-time low. But at least it was a learning curve. It taught me a lot of stuff. I had many epiphanies on how I should start, treating life, how my perspective on life should be. So I guess that's a good thing. I think this eating disorder has actually strengthened my relationships with my dad and my sister, because I realized how much they actually love me, and I just tell my dad so many more things now. Like, I told him about Matt, which I wouldn't have done in a million years before then, because, ooh, it's a boy, my daughter can't have any boyfriends. But yeah, so I guess my eating disorder hasn't been all negatives. What other physical/mental issues has it caused/worsened? Physical, I have esophageal reflux now, so whenever I eat just a bit more than I usually eat, which is like something that a bird would eat, I not throw up, but like I would burp, and just all this food just comes up, like solid food, not even bile or anything. Well, bile would come up, but along with a lot of food. My hair is really unhealthy now, even though it seems to look healthy to everyone else. It's not. And my skin is dry, yet I still have pimples, which doesn't really make sense to me either. I can't run as far as I used to, because it's stunted my stamina. And yeah, I can't breathe properly sometimes still. And my vocal cords are ruined. I used to be able to sing. I used to have a really strong voice. Now it's sort of crackling, and it's just not as strong, and it hurts. Mental issues, well, depression. is my main one. Severe depression, to the point where you just think about suicide every single day. It's like you wake up and it's like, why am I even awake? Why can't I have died in my sleep? Why do I have to be alive? Like, what is my purpose? Those were basically my thoughts every single day, because I thought, I'm so fat. How can I live if I'm so fat? Which prompted me to, carve fat on my arm. I'm not sure if you can see it. It's faded a bit. But yeah, all these scars. I've like scarred my thighs to the point where I can't wear bikini bottoms without shorts, because people will see the scars on my thighs. And because I'm diagnosed with an eating disorder, and the depression just comes under it, because it's what the imbalanced chemicals in my brain have caused. That's the science part of it. But yeah, depression. To me, fat isn't even a size. Fat represents feeling useless, worthless, stupid, a failure. And it's just, I would rather die than get fat. Or get fatter than I already am. But yeah, another physical part. When you throw up for ages, you get bruises like that. You accidentally knock something, like that. I didn't even do anything, and I have a bruise. Here, I don't know why I have a bruise, and I would just scratch my arm, and it's just marks, because your immune system is so low. But yeah, that's the end of my video. I just want to say that any of you girls or boys who want to throw up or want to starve so they feel beautiful, don't. You already are, and there's probably a million reasons for you to be here. Developing an eating disorder is really not worth it. I know it's not a choice, but if you can prevent it, do everything you can to, because they destroy your life. You become a whole entire different person, and sometimes it's not even you thinking what you think, and you may not know it, but you're destroying people around you as well. I know that every time I'm absolutely depressed, my best friend just tells me, please, can you stop being so depressed? It makes me so sad, and it kills her inside. So you may think you're alone, but you're not. You can go on Tumblr, type in eating disorder or bulimia, and there are 100 girls out there who are willing to help you. All you have to do is just, ask them something on Tumblr or something. You can even ask you can hit up my ask box. Seriously. Because everyone is worth it. Everyone is beautiful no matter what size they are. You don't need to be thin to be beautiful. Size means nothing, and I can tell you, the more you lose weight, the unhappier you become, the more control you lose. So yeah, I hope that sort of raised awareness with eating disorders, and as soon as you feel like you're developing one, please see a psychologist straight away, because they can work on your self-esteem. Okay, bye.